Hi, thanks for tuning in to Atomic-Moto's review of the Gaerne Balance Oiled Boot. This is one of our favorite products, and we're looking forward to explaining it to you. As usual, we'll break our review up into 3 separate phases. First, we'll talk about the construction, then we'll give you some information about the fit and specs, and finally, we'll wrap up with how the boot performs in the field. Are you ready? First, construction. The reason that we like this boot so much is it has almost an old school philosophy to its design and its construction. It's very simple, uses a very simple construction. The entire upper of this boot is made from only 5 pieces, and in fact 2 pieces of leather comprise probably 90% of the upper, and that means a greatly reduced amount of seams. And because there's so much less seams, the boot can fold and crease and conform and become much more comfortable for the user. So that's one thing that we really like. The second thing is this leather is actually, according to Gaerne, the finest leather of any boot that they use. It's a special oil tan leather, very, very expensive to use, but its quality is supreme. It is extra water resistant, really soft and supple, and lasts a very, very long time. Another feature that we like about it is the Goodyear welt construction to the sole. Goodyear welt construction is a little bit more sturdy, a little bit more supportive, has a better feel and better support when you're standing on the foot pegs, and finally, most important, it can be resoled. Speaking toward the sole, on this particular boot, it has a gum rubber sole. It's a flat sole. It's very grippy even on loose ground, and the fact that it's flat and has no steps and not too much serration in it means it's very easy to move your foot forward and aft on the foot peg. The balance is fully waterproof. It has a Gaerne Aquatech membrane inside, and so it's fully waterproof. You can stand in water, and the water will not penetrate through the waterproof liner and get to your feet, but it's also breathable, and that's another thing that's really good about this oil tan leather. It is extra breathable, much more so than if it were a less expensive PU coated leather. As far as safety, the Balance Oil has a hard plastic shin plate. It has a hard insert in the toe area, has a hard insert, these are internal now, has a hard insert in the heel area, and has a very stiff midsole. The midsole is actually pretty supportive. It does not have a reinforcement in the ankle area. Once again, does not have reinforcement in the ankle area, but this leather is much thicker than street boot leather. This is 3.2 millimeters as opposed to 2.2 millimeters, and that and the combination of the extensive padding in the interior gives it a good amount of rigidity. We'll call it about somewhere in the middle for rigidity between a street boot and a motocross boot. Fit of the Gaerne Balance. These boots are the best fitting model in the entire Gaerne line. They are the best fitting boot that we know of, period, bar none, across all brands. The ability for them to conform to many different shapes of feet and sizes of feet is outstanding. The toe box on them, and this is really the best feature. These boots are outstanding for people that need a wider toe box. They're not sloppy, but there's plenty of width in there, and so they're really great for people with wider feet. The height of the boot is about 13.25 inches, and the weight is about 2.6 pounds. Not too bad, not too much, but the overall result of the simple construction and the great leather and Gaerne's excellent quality and excellent lasting is that this boot is supremely comfortable. It is perhaps the most comfortable boot. It is the most comfortable boot that we've ever encountered. Some field comments. The first thing is that these boots are bomber recommended. In fact, they carry our highest bomber recommendation. They're one of our favorite products to sell, and the reason for that is simple. They go out the door, and oftentimes when the customer receives them, they'll call us back or email us back and say, boy, I was really expecting them to be good, but even with that high bar set, they exceeded my expectations, and they're just outstanding. I have guys that are coming back to me for their second pair of these. They've had them for 2, 3, 4 years. One customer I know is over 5 years. And so they're just a really great product, and people tend to really, really like them. They work very, very well in the field. Now, the other thing about it that's important to mention, it relates to both how they perform in the field and their comfort. This is perhaps the the best boot for walking. You could literally hike. In fact, I know people that have hiked miles and miles and miles. If I had to hike 5 miles in a motorcycle boot, this would be the one to do it in. It's just the lack of seams and the excellent shaping to the forefoot area, the extra volume in the toe box just makes them super comfortable. There's no real painful bend creases or anything like that. The longevity of them is outstanding. As I said earlier, we've got guys that are coming back to me for their second and third pair. Just the combination of the high quality leather, again, I hate to reuse that word, just results in a boot that lasts a very, very long time. This model's been in the Gaerne line a long time, and in fact, that's one of the best ways, if you're a product geek like I am, it's one of the best ways to measure the longevity. If it's been around for a long time, there's a big user base to draw feedback on. You can see how long people have had them. This is that's the case with this model. They're survivors. They're great. So once again, this is one of our favorite products. It's a perfect 50-50 dual sport and adventure touring boot. You can walk in it. It's got a good amount of protection. There are some boots that have more, but it's got a good amount of protection, supreme comfort, great longevity, simple construction that we really like. You know, we're kind of old school guys, and it's just one of our favorite products overall. They come in sizes 8 through 12. Excuse me, 8 through 13 for $329.97. Smaller sizes than size 8 and larger sizes than size 13 are available via special order. They're about $40 more. And if you're interested in those, give us a call or send us an email. So that's our review of the Gaerne Balance Oiled Boot. Thanks for tuning in. This is one of our favorite products, and we're glad to share it with you. We are Atomic-Moto, www.atomic-moto.com, home of the Bombers. Our mission focus is enduro, dual sport, off-road, and adventure touring gear, and we actually use that gear. We're not slinging hash from behind a desk. Our focus is not to sell product, but to earn customers one by one. We do that by 3 separate things. First, we carry a limited hand-picked selection of only the best gear. Second, we make sure that we match that gear to the rider's particular type of motorcycle and type of riding. And third, we back it up with the best possible customer service that we can offer. That's fast, free shipping, easy returns, and professional staff that actually fire a few synapses and are able to communicate with you if you call or email us. So once again, thanks for tuning in, and until next time.